Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to be working on a 2005 Jeep Liberty. I don't know if you can see it here, I'm working with a new camera. We're going to be working on our 2005 Jeep Liberty. It had the tensioner for the Serpentine belt pulley actually busted, so we're going to replace that. However, I just want to keep you guys updated on the Jetta. We're doing the whole trek to 500K or 500,000 miles. So we're just going to put on some new Bosch twin spoiler windshield wipers. 584 space S is the part number. And I guess the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we ordered these from FCP Euro and they've got a lifetime warranty on them. So when these wear out, we're going to order them again, and we'll see how many times we replace them between now and 500,000. This morning it just turned over to 415,000. We were going to do the oil change on it today, but I must not have ordered the oil and the filter in, so I'll have to run into town to grab that. So we'll go ahead and put these on, then I'm going to show you what's going on with our Jeep Liberty. It's got multiple issues. Thanks for stopping in this morning. Alright, out with the bad. These didn't really even have a fin of rubber left on them to wipe the rain, so glad to have those off. Alright, so here's what we have going on. It wasn't the actual pulley that busted, but the bolt just twisted right off. What I was trying to do is I was going to go ahead and get started on replacing our glow plugs just the other day, but upon taking off the Serpentine belt, I could feel this bolt turning when it shouldn't have been. I went ahead and just wanted to put it back on. When I went to put it back on, the bolt twisted right off, therefore the pulley fell off. So we're in a little predicament because we have some weather coming in. And because we have weather coming in, I want to get the Jeep running again. The Jetta just doesn't have any traction in the snow. It gets stuck in the driveway even after we've plowed it with just a tiny little bit of snow packed down. So we're going to put the old tensioner back on. The story with this is I pulled it off. I replaced it quite a while ago because I thought it was making noise, and I think it's still very usable. But I replaced it because we were having noise and I thought it was coming from the tensioner. It's actually coming from the alternator itself. So we replaced the alternator at that point and the noise went away. So we're going to throw this one back on. We're going to order a new one in. When the new one comes in, we'll put it on so we got a brand new part on there. Alright, so we got a 15 mil. This does not have to be overly tight. And you can just tell that this bolt's much heavier duty than the other one. Okay, so the pulley's back on. Alright, so to do this the right way, well, to do it the only way, I guess. We got the belt off, it can just lay in there with some slack, that's fine. We're going to take the airbox off, and then we're going to take the power steering pulley off. That's the only way you can do this job. So let's get started with that. The clamp on the airbox is an 8. So you should just be able to give it a good tug and it should come out. It just snaps down in. And it's tight. Another little connector right here. Let's make sure we get that off. You know what, we can just put this off to the side here. Alright, hopefully you can see that. Oy vey, look at this. I am certain that we were just a tad over on air filter. Oofda. Some mice were in there at some point in time. Give it a good pull, it comes out. All kinds of junk in there. Okay, so I'll try to show you. Right down here, that very bottom pulley, that's the power steering pulley. We need to take that off, so that way we can get to the tensioner. Tensioner will come off as far as you can unbolt it, but it's not going to come out without removing that power steering pulley. Power steering pulley has 3 bolts, if I'm right. They're small, 10. I'm going to use a deep well 10 because you got to hold your pulley in place while you remove those 10mm bolts. So I'm not actually going to use this socket to remove the bolts, but I'm going to use it to act as a tension so the pulley won't turn while I loosen it with the wrench. So a 10 and a 10. Just slide it right through one of the holes in the pulley. And there's not a lot of space in here, so just get your hands in there as you can and work it loose. Oh man, maybe it's tight. They are tight, so I'm going to see if I can get a ratchet in there. Alright, we got the first one loose. These things do not have to be overly tightened either. Okay. Alright, they're just little. 3 little bolts. Let's get the second one out. That's no good. Look at this. That's what happens when you buy cheap stuff. See that crack right in there? Silly thing. Made in Taiwan. Okay. Well, with that said, I guess we're going back to the ratchet wrench here. These are pretty tight, so. Wow. Okay, here we go again. Cross your fingers this one doesn't break. We can get these off without stripping them. That would be a bummer, to say the least. You know what? For fun, I'm going to try to get the tensioner out without taking out that power steering pulley. But I don't think I'm going to have much luck with it, but we'll see. Alright, so there's the bolt. See if we can get this tensioner out now without taking out the pulley. Negative. It is not going to happen. Alright, I need you guys to wish me luck when we get these other 2 bolts out. Think positive thoughts. Alright. Everybody thinking positive thoughts? Alright, we got it loose. Second one out. Or it's at least coming out. Didn't snap. Oofda. Shouldn't take this long. Ready? It's coming. loose. Thank you, Lord. You know, it shouldn't be a very long job. You pop the air breather off, and you get right down into the power steering pulley. 3/10s. Get it off. Pull your tensioner off. Put it back on. And yeah, silly. All right. Here's the back side, front side of your power steering pulley. Okay, so power steering pulley is off. We already got the tensioner loose, the old one. Here we go. Actually, right here it snapped, if you can see that. It's in there still. Let's go ahead and put this in. When you put this in, you got 2 little notches to line you up. All right, when you put this in, it's going to go in at a bit of an angle. So your base is going to be lower. This side is going to be lower than your actual pulley. So pulley up, base down, and then you'll feel it lock into place. And this bolt's a 13 that goes in. We've got 2 liberties. One is my dad's, one is ours. Do not have to over tighten this bolt. And there we go. All right, so the tensioner's on. Now it's time to put your power steering pulley on, and remember, I'm going to say it way too much. I apologize. I won't even say it. You know what I'm going to say? So here's your back. You're going to be able to see that and tell the difference. Just line it up. Put it in front to back. You get your light in here, you can see what you're looking at. You can tell you're going to line it up or not going to line it up. So, should go on okay. See if we can get it on the first try here. Yep, first try. We are on. Once that's done, all the rest of them lined up. Tighten that up hand tight. Not a lot of room in here, but you can get to it. All right, here we go. It's going to be a lot easier this time. Back with our 10mm deep well socket. Line it up. You shouldn't break anything because you're not going to over crank these bad boys. I don't think I'm going to move that socket this time. I'm just going to try to get to the rest of them. Uh-oh. All right, so good news is we're done. Did all 3 at once. We didn't move the 10mm socket. They're tight. They're not overly tight, but I lost my ratchet wrench, or my ratcheting wrench. Fishing in the dark, maybe? No. Uh-oh. Hey! Sitting on the engine cover underneath. Shield, I guess. All right. We're gonna put the serpentine belt back on while we have a little space in here. If you guys don't have a serpentine belt too, you can get one at pretty much any of your local feelers. Excuse me. Okay, so around the power steering pulley, we're around the water pump, we're around our tensioner that we just installed. We are around the fan pulley, the alternator pulley, and the injection pump. Alright, so when you put this on, you're going to want to use the crow's foot, because with the Jeep, it's just hard to even get the serpentine belt tool in there. We are on, and this one doesn't seem to be moving at all. This bolt is clearly a hardened bolt, or harder than the other one, so everything looks good. We're going to leave the battery disconnected. We're not going to start it up until we can vacuum out underneath the air filter. Might as well, since we got it. We've got our cover off. Everything looks clean in there, but we do have to vacuum out our bottom. That air filter was just filthy, so we're going to go ahead and replace that as well. Look at how nasty that is. I won't take you guys through the process of vacuuming everything out, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, we've got weather coming in. I don't know if you can hear the wind blowing or not, but wind's definitely blowing hard too. We've lost some shingles. Starting to snow a little bit, so we might need our Jeep. So took the tensioner that broke off, put the old tensioner back on temporarily. We've got our belt, serpentine belt, all lined up, and we're just going to put the air filter back on. We're going to replace the other, we're going to replace the air filter. We're going to put the air filter box back on. But once we get that new air filter in, we're going to crank it just a couple times real quick because we want to make sure the belt does line up. And once we can confirm it's completely centered, then we'll go ahead and fire it up. Hope you guys have a good day. Got more videos coming. Like, share, subscribe, as they say. We'd appreciate that. And you guys just have a good day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Alright, here's just a quick update to end the video. Everything's running good. It sounds nice. Tensioner's nice and quiet. We've got glow plug installation coming up, so stay tuned for that one. Thanks for watching.